Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be duping high-end makeup products with drugstore products. I've been seeing these pop up all over YouTube, but I've seen them mostly on TikTok. And I wanted to try my own. I wanted to see if it's true that these high-end products are dupable with, is that a word? Dupable with drugstore products. After trying makeup for these few years and 20 plus years, personally, I am really impressed to see how the drugstore brands have been increasing their quality, and that you don't have to spend a ton of money to get that high-end look. I mean, why spend the money? And I'll be sharing with you what I found for, everything from foundation, concealer, lipstick, and I'll be swatching them for you as well. But before we get into that, I filmed this introduction last after I applied all the makeup because I want you guys to vote. Which side do you guys think is the high-end and which side do you guys think is the drugstore? So to make it easier, let's do this as side two, and comment and down below which side do you think is the drugstore and which side do you think is the high-end products. I will show you up close. See if you can tell the difference. I want to show you guys what I found, so let's get into it. Okay, now that we are barefaced, let's start off with our primer as usual. And I'm going to start off with the first dupe, which is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And this one has a hyaluronic acid and agave. And it's really, really nice, especially for the summer months. It helps your foundation really stay on your face, especially during the hot months. It doesn't melt off your face. Trust me, I've tried it. This is like my second bottle. I love this stuff. So when I found out there was a dupe for this thing, I was super excited and I had to go get it. So the dupe for the Milk Hydro Primer is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer, and it's a 12-hour makeup grip, plumps, moisturizes, and perfects. It says that it's got hyaluronic acid and agave to help moisturize and grip your makeup. I have to show you guys how similar they both look. So this is the Hard Candy, and then this is the Hydro Grip from Milk Makeup. See, they're really, really similar in texture and color. So I am super excited to have found a dupe. So let's apply it to the face. I'm gonna do the drugstore on this side and the high-end on this side. So for drugstore, let's start off with the Hard Candy. I'm gonna apply that right here. So it's nice and sticky. Yep. Just like the Hydro Grip. Can you hear that? I don't know if it comes across, but that is the Hard Candy on this side. And then for the other side, I'm going to do the Hydro Grip Primer from Milk Cosmetics. And I'm so excited to show you guys these dupes because, nowadays, due to our current situation, we can't all afford expensive makeup. And also, the drugstores are really stepping up the quality of their products. They're really, really good about working on their formulas. See, this one also, it's got that stick, the grip just the same as this. There they are, both pretty sticky still. For foundation, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation. And I have the color 340C. These foundations for some reason tend to be a little bit more on the yellow side, but the dupe that I found for this one that is way similar in consistency and everything is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Luminous Foundation. So we've got these two. So I'm gonna start off with the Wet n Wild. I'm going to use my brush, and this is my summer foundation. That is the Wet n Wild. Now let's do the other side with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation. This one I'm going to take on my hand because it's a pump. That's one thing I do like about this, that it's a pump. I don't like the Wet n Wild. I wish they had come out with a pump, because I feel like it's a little bit messier to have that spatula, but oh well, what do you do? For this side, I'm going to use my Star little foundation brush. I love these things they're from It Cosmetics. And every time they come out with a shape, I get it. So you can see how close they are to each other. I don't even know if you could tell the difference between one and the other. So I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see how close, you know, they got the similar like shine or dewiness to both of them. All right, next is our concealer, and I separated everything here. I have all my little sets together. I have the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer, if that's what it's called. Yeah, Radiant Creamy Concealer. I just said it backwards. And the contender, or the dupe, the drugstore dupe, is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And these are also very, very similar. Let me show you guys. So as you can see, the formula, this is the Nars right there. And this is the Fit Me. The colors are very similar as well. So now let's see how they look on, how similar they are on the face. So I'm going to start with the Fit Me on the drugstore side. And I do half. And half the nose. And there we go. For this, I am going to use my little sponge and blend this side out. All right, that is the Fit Me. Now let's do the Nars. And I'm going to use the other side, so there's no cheating. I'm going to zoom again so you guys can see how close they are in consistency and texture. For powder, I have the Laura Mercier powder against the Fit Me powder. And again, they say that these two are a dupe, so let's find out. I'm gonna start off with the drugstore side and set this side of the face. No, I'm not gonna set the under eye because this is a little bit on the dark side. And then I'm gonna use the Infallible for under my eye, which they say is also a dupe for the same Laura Mercier. So I'm going to take this and set under my eye. Very nice powder. All right, so for the other side, I can use everything because it's all translucent. I don't have a translucent on the Fit Me, so I had to bring out the L'Oreal, which they say is the same also as the Laura Mercier. So now for the Laura Mercier one, I'm going to set my face. This one I can set under my eye. Let me zoom you in again. So this is the high-end side, Laura Mercier powder, and this is the Fit Me. So you can see the difference. I think they both look really good, really similar. All right, for bronzer, the high end is the Marc Jacobs in Tantastic. Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in Tantastic. And this is what it looks like. And for the dupe, we have the Milani Bronzer. And this one is in Suntan. So this is the bronzer for Milani. And I'm going to swatch these two for you. So this is the Omega Bronzer. And that's the Omega Bronzer from Marc Jacobs. And then for Milani, take my index finger and put it on the other side. And those are the two really, really similar. So for the drugstore, for the Milani one, I'm going to use this brush to warm up the face. Remember to always just go up. I know people say to do the 3, especially if you have mature skin like me. You don't want to do the 3. You just want to lift, put up your bronzer really high up, and that will help you lift the face. For the other side, I'm going to use a different brush and do the same here. Really. All right, so I'm going to bring you in close, and you can see the Marc Jacobs bronzer, and this is your Milani bronzer. Very similar if you ask me. For blush, the high end is the Nars Orgasm. I have the whole cheek palette, but they sell. This one is Orgasm, the OG, the first one that everybody loves. So it's this center one, and you can see here it says Orgasm in the center. Come on. That's the Orgasm, so it's this one. And the contender, the dupe, is Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink. See the two side by side. Look at how close they are. So I'm going to start off with the Milani. I'm going to start off with the Nars Orgasm. And put this on here. You can see. And then I'm going to do with my index finger, I'm going to do the Milani Baked Blush. Put that on the other half of my hand. Look at that. I don't know if hopefully the camera, let me turn down the light a little bit so you guys can see. Maybe that'll help. There we go. You can see how close those colors are. This one is the Orgasm, and this one is the Milani. Maybe the Orgasm has a little bit more gold, just a teeny tiny bit, but other than that, they're really, really similar. Turn on the light a little so you can see what I'm doing. Milani Baked Blush first. And again, you don't want to do the apples of the cheeks if you have more mature skin, because we will bring down the face. We definitely want it to go up to the temple to lift our face. I love a good blush, and this blush is so pretty. So that's the Milani. And then for the other side, I'm running out of brushes. I'm going to use this one for the expensive or the high-end side. So let's zoom in, and you guys can be the judge. There we go. Again, maybe the Orgasm has a little bit more of a goldish, but just very lightly, than the Milani, but they're very, very similar. And for setting spray, I have the NYX Radiant Finish setting spray, and the All Nighter setting spray. Now they say that the matte finishing spray, like it's the same one, but it's the matte one, is exactly the dupe for this one. But I tried this one too. I can't do really a lot of matte because my skin is too dry. It'll really dry out my skin. It'll show more fine lines than I want to. But I did test them side by side and they're pretty similar. So today we got a cardboard. So this is gonna do this side. Like so. Ugh. Then the other side. I don't know if you'll be able to tell much of a difference, but it doesn't really, it's like, it says it's radiant, but I don't see that much of a shine. Now for highlighter, we have two as well that I found. And one is the Lancome dual finish highlighter. And this, it's a beautiful creamy highlighter. And I'm gonna swatch that right here for you guys. It's very creamy, just a beautiful highlighter. And then the contender, the dupe, the drugstore dupe is Master Chrome highlighter from Maybelline. And this is the color 100 and it's molten gold. And again, I'm going to put them side by side so you can see. Look at that. You can barely tell the difference. So I'm going to use my other finger. This one is also pretty creamy. This one is the molten gold and this one is the Lancome. So maybe the molten gold is maybe a little bit more goldish, but not by much. What do you guys think? We're going to put the molten gold on over here. And this side of the nose, a little bit on the temple or over my brow, the chin, the side of the lip. And just spread this out a little bit. There we go. Look how beautiful. These Master Chrome highlighters are thebomb.com. Now, for the other side, I'm going to use this brush from Sigma. And I'm going to grab that. See as well. And the nose. Again, the brow bone. That's what I wanted to say a while ago. And the chin. What do you guys think? Zoom you in. There you go. Again, very, very similar in tones and finish. All right, so for eyeshadow, for primer base, I really don't have a dupe yet, but I will find one for you guys because this is not my last dupe video. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills and let the brush fall out. Beautiful for brides, weddings, they use it a lot. This Sultry palette, this one in the Renaissance. And then the contender is from C Cosmetics. And this is a very, very obvious dupe. And I will put these side by side so you can see. Look at that. Just very, very equal. Very similar, but how are they in? I know how Anastasia Beverly Hills performs, but let's see how this C Cosmetics one. So let's see how they are in performance. So I'm going to start off with the C Cosmetics one, and I'm going to start off with this. And I'm going to again use different brushes so that it's fair. And then I'm going to use this angled brush from Laura Geller. And I'm going to dip into this deep brown here. And I'm just going to go and line my eyes Just kind of really put it at the lash line. And I'm gonna do like a little winged out situation here. So far, these are from C Color, very pigmented. Yeah, let me zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Much better. So you can see what I'm seeing as far as performance in eyeshadows. So I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to do the same on this side with Scott Barnes angled brush. And I'm going to go into Dystopian, which is this same dark brown. And just again, lash line. What I'm noticing is that the Anastasia one is a deeper, a little bit of darker brown. This one's a little bit more gold type, a warmer brown, I want to say. I'm going to use this one to blend out this eyeliner that I just put right here. Kind of make it look nice and blended. Maybe this one looks a little bit less patchier than this side. Not by much though. But this one is definitely more pigmented. All right, so for the center, I'm going to take just a fluffy brush. This fluffy brush from Sigma. And I'm just gonna put this all over the eye right here. I really like this pink. It's a very nice spring color. I'm going to use this brush for the other side. This one is from Laura Lee, and dip into Bloom, which is the same tone that we used the other side. And from this side, I'm going to use this like glittery champagne-y color, like pink color. Just gonna use my finger and do the same with this one, which is rose quartz on the, now the one from Anastasia definitely is a little bit, definitely more creamier, not so dry, at least as far as texture goes. So those are the two sides. What do you guys think? I have to be very honest and say that this one was a little bit harder to blend. There was definitely a little bit patchier on this side, but not by much. I mean, it still looks, I think it still looks really nice. I mean, I can tell because I do this all the time, so I can tell the difference. Go and quickly finish the rest of the eye, and I will be right back. All right, so I finished the eyes. And I used the champagne color in both, each palette, of course. Each palette's a champagne color. So that is what we have for, let's move on to mascara. So for the mascara, it is Better Than Sex. And then there is the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. This is the drugstore one. And it's supposed to be a dupe to the Better Than Sex. So let's put on the drugstore one. And this is what the wand looks like. Now let's do the Better Than Sex. I used to have a big one and then I ran out. So now I have these little samples. That is the wand for this one. So let's zoom in and see the results. All right, so drugstore, expensive. What do you guys think? Let me know. That is mascara. For lips, I have I did a lot of swatching on this one to get it as close as possible. I heard that the LA Girl Ultimate Lip Intense Stay Auto Liner is really, really good, and it is, and it does stay because I had a hard time getting it off my hand. And This one is from KKW Beauty, and this one is called 90s Supermodel. So let's start with the half of the lips. And that's the LA Girls. And then the other side is the KKW. So as you can see, very similar in color. You can't even tell. And they're both very creamy. And I honestly think this one will stay on longer, the Drugstore, than the KKW one. For lip color, I have the Charlotte Tilbury, which is a pretty expensive lipstick. And this Hepburn Honey. This is the worst swatch on the face of the earth. All right, let's do this again. There we go. That's Hepburn Honey. And then the contender is 205 Champagne from Revlon. And that is the Revlon. Now, the Revlon has a little bit more of a shimmer to it. It's not as matte as the Hepburn Honey, but that's as close as I could get it. This is the Revlon side. I'm going to put on this color, the 205. Let's see what happens. Definitely way more shimmery than the Charlotte Tilbury. The undertones are very similar, but one has shimmer, one is matte. But look at how similar they are. Just one is shimmery and one's not. Isn't that crazy? You just got more shimmer. I bet if you put gloss on, you wouldn't even be able to tell. See how similar they are? Super close. All right, so I have one more dupe to show you, but I'm not going to put it on. I just wanted to show you how similar they are because these are very popular too. So I have these Stila, like metal eyeshadows, or metallic eyeshadows, sorry. And I don't have the same tones, but I wanted to show you guys how similar they are. You can see how metallic it is. And I was while I was playing finding dupes for you guys, I found this e.l.f. one that I have. And this one is called Little Dipper. And it's got the same doe foot applicator. And let me show you guys. Look at the shine on both of them. You don't need to go spend $30. You can get the e.l.f. ones. And okay, now I haven't tested them because Stila are known for staying on and not creasing. So I would need to do a test with the e.l.f. and let you guys know. But on wear tests like this, I mean doing this swatching, they look really, really similar. All right, so those are the dupes that I found for you guys. Let me know what you think. Do you like them? Is it something that you guys are going to go and try? You know, the way the drugstore companies have been improving their quality in their products, I really don't see why we have to go spend a ton of money on high-end makeup when we can definitely get a really nice same look with more affordable products. So let me know if you want to see more like these. Put it in the comments down below. Also, let me know if there's a dupe you want me to test that you've heard of and you want me to try out for you. I would be more than happy to do it. I'm going to start collecting more to see if I can find more dupes. Now that I've done this, I'm super curious as to see what else we can find as dupes. But in the meantime, if you like this dupes video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and along with the notification bell so you don't miss the next dupes video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.